Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot with another installment of Building the Team. And we've got something big today. So first off, covering last week's game, we used the Spider-Man team. Didn't go with, well, it did potentially work out. It worked okay. It could have worked out a whole hell of a lot better. A major problem being the lack of leadership for the Spider-Man family. So the only way I was clearing tokens was at the end of the turn. So yeah. Anyway, so this coming game, 1,200 points, no resources, no ID cards, max 7 actions, 8 with leadership. And to be perfectly honest, the Thunderbolts team and the Avengers team here were kind of built out of looking at my Avengers and Thunderbolts teams from 2 weeks ago and saying, you know, I could probably build upon those pretty well. So let's get started with the Thunderbolts, shall we? Starting off, we've got Trick Shot, who you may recall as having been the archer on the Thunderbolts team from 2 weeks ago. Trickshot comes in at 50 points. He's got the Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts, and Police keyword, as well as the trait Assemble Bolts and Masters, which actually most of this team has. Once per turn, when Trickster hits, after resolutions, you may roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, if your force has three friendly characters, has at least 3 friendly characters with the Masters of Evil or Thunderbolts keywords, remove an action token from Trickster, or give an action token to a hit target. If your force has 6 or more, do both. Looking at his dial, we've got a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we've got a few clicks of clicks of Precision Strike. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of Willpower, followed by a couple clicks of Initial Deflection. On damage, we open up with the Special Power. You can do better than that. Once per turn, when a friendly character within 4 squares in line of fire would be hit by a range attack, you may roll 2d6 and add Trickshot's attack value. If your result is higher than your opponent's attack total, the attack is evaded. Okay. This is then followed up by a couple clicks at the end of Ranged Combat Expert. Next up, we've got Ghost, who I also think was on the Thunderbolts team from last time, though I could be mistaken. Ghost comes in at 50 points, has the AIM, Hammer Industries, Magia, Thunderbolts, Scientist, and Spy keywords, as well as the Espionage trait, granting him stealth, improved movement and targeting, ignores hindering terrain. He also has Intangible Saboteur as a trait, giving him phasing teleport when he uses it. After resolutions, he can incapacitate as close at no cost, but only to target any number of characters he moved through this turn, regardless of adjacency. Okay. He also has the Assemble Bolts and Masters trait. Looking at his dial, we've got on speed, we open up a few clicks of Sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of Force Blast. On attack, we open up with nothing, but he eventually clicks into a couple of clicks of Smoke Cloud. On defense, we open up with a click of Toughness, followed by a couple clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a couple clicks of Super Senses. Finally, on damage, we open up with a click of Outwit. Then we get a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness, followed by 2 more clicks of Outwit. Okay. Here's some utilities that could be made there. Next up, we've got Fixer. Fixer here comes in at 50 points. He's one of the team's few flyers, so kind of important to the team, really. Well, like I said, Fixer comes in at 50 points, has the AIM, Hydra, Masters of Evil, Shield, Thunderbolts, and Scientist keywords. And he also has the Assemble Bolts and Masters trait. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of Force Blast on speed, followed by a couple clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Telekinesis, and that's all he's got. On defense, we get a few clicks of Initial Deflection, followed by a couple clicks of Toughness. On damage, we open with a couple clicks of the special power Resident Tech Genius. Perplex. As a unique modifier, when Fixer uses it, he may instead choose a single combat value other than damage to modify on all friendly characters within 4 squares and line of fire. Okay. Group Perplex is always a nice thing. This thing gives way to a couple clicks of Ranged Combat Expert. Okay. Next up, we've got. Oof. Butter. Oof, that was. Atlas. And I gotta say, there's one. I may not be the biggest fan of all of the dials they've had for Atlas, but he's always been lucky when it comes to good sculpts. Atlas comes in at 50 points. He's got the Masters of Evil and Thunderbolts keywords, as well as the Assemble Bolts Masters trait, and the trait Double Dose of Pim Particles. As a free action, until your next turn, Atlas has Colossal, and modifies his attack and damage values by +1. He is a giant as is. Looking at his dial, we get a couple clicks of Charge, followed by a couple clicks of Plasticity, followed by a couple clicks of the special speed power, Giant Retaliation. Stay away from my friends. As a free action, if no friendly character has been placed this turn, choose an opposing character within 6 squares that attacked Atlas or damage a friendly character since your last turn. Place Atlas such that he can make a close attack, targeting the chosen character, then do so. On attack, we've got a couple clicks of Super Strength, followed by a few clicks of Quake. On defense, we open with a couple clicks of Invulnerability, followed by a few clicks of Toughness. And then finally, on damage, we start off, we got 3 clicks of Nothing, followed by 3 clicks of Empower. Not too shabby. Next up, we've got Citizen V, and I'm still fairly certain that this version of Citizen V is actually Dallas Riordan. I'm pretty sure she went by the name Vantage, not Citizen V. So Citizen V comes in at 60 points, has the Thunderbolts, E-Battalion, Police, Politician, and Soldier keywords, as well as 2 traits. Assemble Bolts and Masters, as most of the team does, and Star Spangled Swashbuckler, which gives her Leadership and Leap Climb. Looking at her dial, we've got on speed, we open up a couple clicks of the special power Legacy of the Battalion, giving her charge and sidestep, and when she hits with a close attack, actual resolutions remove an action token from a friendly character, including herself, that is adjacent to a hit target. Very useful when combined with Assemble Bolts and Masters. Then we get a couple clicks of Flurry, and then back to Legacy of the Battalion. On attack, we open with a couple clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs, which gives way to a couple clicks of Precision Strike, and then back to Blaze Claw's Fangs at the end. On defense, we open up a couple clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by another click of Combat Reflexes. On damage, we open up a click of Shape Change, followed by a click of Outwit, a couple clicks of Perplex, followed by one more click of Outwit. Next up, we've got Baron Zemo. This is the new, most recent Zemo from Captain America and the Avengers. Comes in at 65 points. He's got the Masters of Evil team ability, as well as the Masters of Evil Thunderbolts, Martial Arts, and Scientist keywords. And he also has 2 traits. First off, he's got Assemble Bolts and Masters, like the others. Then we shall call ourselves the Thunderbolts. During game setup, when establishing theme teams, you may treat Masters of Evil and Thunderbolts as a single named keyword. Very useful. Okay. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of the special speed power. Wait for the perfect time to strike, which gives him charge, running shot, and stealth. Okay. This is followed up by a few clicks of charge. On attack, we open with a few clicks of Precision Strike, followed by a few clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs. Defense, he's got Indomitable, and he opens up with a few clicks of Mastermind, followed by a few clicks of Combat Reflexes. On damage, we open up with a few clicks of the special speed power. You will take the place of the Avengers in their hearts. Leadership, Outwit. When Baron Zemo uses leadership and succeeds, you may choose a Marvel team ability that isn't uncopyable. As long as he's on the map, friendly characters with the Master of Evil or Thunderbolts keywords can use the chosen team ability until he chooses again. Okay, so this is actually someone who has leadership at the beginning that you actually want to use on turn 1. And after that, we get a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness. Alright, okay. Next up, we've got Mach X, or Mach 10. Mach 10 here comes in at 75 points, and he's got the Masters of Evil, Thunderbolts, and Armor keywords, as well as improved targeting, ignores hindering terrain. We also have 2 traits. First off is Assemble Bolts and Masters, just like everybody else so far. Then we have upgraded the Mach lineup. As a free action, choose a standard attack power printed on this card. Mach 10 can use the chosen power this turn. Okay, alright. Looking at the dial, we open up with a few clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we got 1 click each of the following powers. Energy Explosion, Penetrating Psychic Blast, Precision Strike, Quake, Incapacitate, and Steal Energy. Okay. On defense, we open up with a click of Impervious, followed by a couple clicks of Invulnerability, followed by a click of Toughness, and then 2 clicks of Energy Shield Deflection. Finally, on damage, we open up with a few clicks of Perplex, followed by a few clicks of Ranged Combat Expert. Alright, okay, not too shabby. Next up, we've got Nuke. Nuke here comes in at 85 points. He's got the Aim, Hydra, Thunderbolts, Assassin, and Soldier keywords, as well as Assemble Bolts and Masters, as well as the trait Dog Eat Dog and an Eye for an Eye. As a free action, choose Nuke or an adjacent friendly character. Modify the chosen character's attack and damage +1 this turn. At the end of your turn, deal the chosen character 1 unavoidable damage. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple clicks of Running Shot, followed by a few clicks of the special speed power Murderous Patriotism. Charge, Flurry, Plasticity. When Nuke or an adjacent friendly character KOs an opposing character after resolutions, heal Nuke 1 click. Okay. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of Energy Explosion, followed by a couple clicks of Super Strings, followed by a couple clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs. On defense, first off, he's Indomitable. Second one on the team to be so. You get a few clicks of Toughness, or we open up with a click of Invulnerability, followed by a few clicks of Toughness, followed by a couple clicks of Combat Reflexes. Finally, on damage, we open up with nothing, but he clicks into, after 2 clicks, the first of 4 straight clicks of Battle Fury that go nicely with his Charge, Flurry, Plasticity. Next up, we've got Baron Zemo. Now, I usually don't run 2 versions of the same character, but I've been wanting to use the Zemo for a while, and with the new one, I thought, we'll see how they work together. Even though the WizKid screwed up on the card for this one and said that it's the father, not the son. But yeah. So Baron Zemo comes in at 90 points. He's got the Masters of Evil team ability as well as the Masters of Evil and Thunderbolts keywords. And he's also got a trait, the Master of Evil. Other friendly characters with the Masters of Evil or Thunderbolts keyword can use Sidestep and modify their attack values by +1. Okay. Looking at his dial, we open up with a few clicks of Charge, followed by a few clicks of Sidestep. On attack, all we've got is a few clicks of Blaze Claw's Fangs. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a few clicks of Toughness. On damage, we open up with a few clicks of the special damage power I have anticipated your every move. Baron Zemo can use Leadership and Outwit. When he uses Leadership and succeeds, you may remove an action token from each adjacent friendly character with the Masters of Evil or Thunderbolts keywords instead of 1 character. Okay, alright. This thing gives Widow a few clicks of Close Combat Expert. Alright, next up we've got the Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier here comes in at 90 points as the Team Player wildcard ability. He's also got the Avengers, Hydra, Invaders, Shield, Thunderbolts, Assassin, Soldier, and Spy keywords, the Assembled Bolts Masters trait, and improved targeting. May make range attacks out of adjacency, including to attack, or make range attacks against adjacent opposing characters. He also has the Espionage trait, same as Ghost. So, stealth, as well as improved movement and targeting, ignores hindering terrain. Looking at his dial, on speed we go Running Shot, Charge, Sidestep, Running Shot, Charge, Sidestep. On attack, get a click of Precision Strike, a couple blank clicks, then a couple clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast, followed by 1 more click of Precision Strike. Defense, Indomitable, always a good thing. When you open up, we got a click of willpower, a couple clicks of toughness, or no, not willpower, a click of invulnerability, a couple clicks of toughness, a couple clicks of combat reflexes, and a click of regeneration. Okay. On damage, we open up with a click of outwit, followed by a couple clicks of special damage power, efficient and ruthless application of force, which grants him close combat expert and range combat expert. After that, he gets a couple clicks of exploit weakness, and finally, one last click of outwit. Next up, we've got Punisher. Punisher here comes in at 100 points. He's got the Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights, Thunderbolts, and Soldier keywords. Also got a trait, the guilty must be punished. Once for all characters with this ability, each time an opposing character hits a friendly character, put a guilty token on the attacker's card. When Punisher attacks a character, modify his attack by +1 for each guilty token on its card, and his damage by +1 for every 2. Okay. So to be perfectly honest, you kind of want to keep Punisher kind of in the back, you know, let him stew and just wait. And then, after people started taking damage, then he's going, okay, well, we've built up, we've got some guilty tokens, well, time to make use of them. Looking at his dial, we open up with some running shot, which gives away his stealth. On attack, he's got the sharpshooter ability, which, if I remember correctly, gives him improved targeting, range attacks and adjacency, including against adjacent opposing characters. But he's got a special power on attack, and this is the only power he has there on attack. Frag Grenade. Punisher needs energy explosion. When he does, it targets only one character. Damage dealt is penetrating damage. Okay. Then we've got, he's got Indomitable, so built-in willpower. Toughness, followed by combat reflexes for defense. On damage, we open up the special power Concentrated Fire, which allows Punisher to use Ranged Combat Expert as a ranged combat action, meaning he can use it with running shot. This then gives way to Outwit. Alright, next up we've got Captain Marvel. Actually, Moonstone pretending to be Captain Marvel. So, Captain Marvel here comes in at 100 points, has the Masters of Evil team ability as well as the Dark Avengers, Masters of Evil, Thunderbolt, Celebrity, and Scientist keywords. She also has the trait Justice, like lightning. When Captain Marvel damages one or more opposing characters with an attack, after resolutions, roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, remove an action token from a friendly character with the Thunderbolt's keyword within 4 squares. Alright. Looking at her dial, we open up with a couple clicks of running shot, followed by 4 clicks of special speed power, Intangible Form, which grants her phasing teleport and sidestep. When she makes a close attack, walls don't prevent adjacency to her target. Okay. Then on attack, we open up with a couple clicks of excuse me. A couple clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast, followed by 4 clicks of Steel Energy. On defense, we open up a couple clicks of Invulnerability, followed by 4 clicks of the special defense power, Bonded to the Stone, which gives her super senses and willpower. On damage, we open up a couple clicks of Perplex, followed by a couple clicks of Outwit, followed by a couple clicks of Shape Change. Alright. Next up, we've got Bullseye. Bullseye here comes in at 110 points. He's got the Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts, and Assassin keywords, as well as improved targeting, ignores hindering trait, ignores characters, and may make ranged attacks have adjacency, including against, you guessed it, adjacent opposing characters. Looking at his dial, on speed, all he's got is some running shot. On attack, we open up with Precision Strike, which gives way to Energy Explosion. On defense, we open up with Combat Reflexes, which gives way to Super Senses. On damage, we open up with Probability Control, which then gives way to Ranged Combat Expert. Next up, we've got Boomerang. Boomerang here comes in at 110 points as well. He's got the Masters of Evil and Sinister Syndicate team abilities, as well as the Masters of Evil, Sinister Syndicate, and Thunderbolt's keywords. And improved targeting, ignores characters. Finally, he's got a trait, Superior to the Other Guys. Once per turn for all characters with this trait, if a character uses a Sinister Syndicate team ability to replace their attack value with boomerangs, that character can use Precision Strike during that attack. Now, Zemo, the new one, could potentially give everyone Sinister Syndicate. So that's how that would work out. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple clicks of running shot, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of stealth. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of energy explosion, followed by a few clicks of precision strike. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of the special defense power, mid-air boomerang deflection. Boomerang can use energy deflection. When he has no action tokens and will be hit by a range attack, you may give him an action token to immediately use super senses. This thing gives way to a few clicks of toughness. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of the special power. I've got my own gang now, and they sort of listen to me. Boomerang can use leadership. When he does and fails, you may give an action token to an adjacent friendly character, and if you do, remove one from Boomerang. This thing gives way to a couple clicks of Range Combat Expert, followed by a couple clicks of Outwit. Finally, for the Thunderbolt team, we've got Elektra, coming in at 115 points. Elektra here has the Heroes for Hire, Shield, the Hand, Thunderbolts, Assassin, and Martial Artist keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores hindering terrain. She also has a trait, Resurrection Ceremony, which we really won't be using, so I'm not going to go into it. She opens up with a special speed power, the Envy of all Assassins. This allows her to use Charge, Flurry, and Stealth. On speed, that gives way to Sidestep. On attack, we open up with nothing, but she clicks into the special power, the Master of all Assassins. Elektra can use Blaze Claw's Fangs, Incapacitate, and Precision Strike. On defense, she's got Indomitable, opens up with Combat Reflexes, which gives way to Super Senses. Finally, on damage, we got the special power, the Deadliest of all Assassins. Elektra can use Close Combat Expert, Exploit Weakness, and Ranged Combat Expert. Okay, alright. Not a bad Thunderbolts team, if I do say so myself, and, well, I do. Moving on to an Avengers team. Starting off with the Captain, who we used on the last Avengers team a couple weeks ago. The Captain here comes in at 45 points, has the Avengers team ability as well as the Avengers and Soldier keywords. We got two traits. First off is Living Legend. The first time each game, the Captain would be KO'd. Instead, turn to his last non-KO click, then roll a d6 and heal him equal to half the result. And Pulse Wave doesn't affect the trait in any way. Next up is I can represent the American Dream without being a government agent. This is the main reason he's on the team, too. At the beginning of the game, choose one to last this game. The Captain loses the Soldier keyword and gains the Marvel team ability of your choice that is uncopyable, or he can't have his combat abilities modified by other characters and can't have his attack rolls re-rolled. We're going to be choosing a Marvel team ability, mainly to share between the various wild cards. Looking at his dial, we get a click of Charge, followed by 5 clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we've got a single click of Precision Strike, but we got a full dial of 11s, so, you know. On defense, he's got Indomitable, opens up with a click of Initial Deflection, then we get a few clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a couple clicks of Defend with a 15, which, more on that in a second. On damage, we open up with nothing, but that gives way to a couple clicks of Close Combat Expert, followed by a couple clicks of Support. So, that whole thing with the 15 defense with Defend, when you get on those clicks, you could use that to lower a friendly figure's defense down, and then roll for support to heal them. Make it a lot easier to pull off. Next up, we've got Voyager. Voyager here comes in at 50 points. She's got the Avengers and Power Cosmic team abilities, as well as the Avengers, Elders of the Universe, and Cosmic keywords. We got two traits. First off is I sense a greater challenge. At the beginning of the game, if an opponent's force includes an additional game element, such as equipment or a resource, or you get the idea. Anything beyond figures, basically. Well, figures and cards. She gets started on click 0 instead of click 1. Click 0 has phasing teleport, special attack power, straining my power to teleportation, allowing her to use telekinesis, but only to place characters. When it's used, neither she nor the target character's square need line of fire to the destination square. Also a click of Initial Deflection and a click of Outwit. In the rest of her dial, we open up with on her whole dial from 0 to 5. 0 to 4 has phasing teleport on speed. On attack, we open up a couple clicks of the special or we get open with a click of straining my powers. Straining my powers. Then we get the rest of the dial is telekinesis. Defense, we got a single click of inertial deflection. Damage, we get open with a couple clicks of perplex, followed by a couple clicks of outwit. Okay. Next up, we got Luke Cage. Cage here comes in at 60 points. He's got the Spider-Man ally team ability, making him a wild card. So someone to copy whatever team ability that the captain decides to pick. And he's got the Avengers, Defenders, Heroes for Hire, Marvel Knights keywords. Look at his dial. We open up with a click of charge, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep, followed by a couple clicks of plasticity. On attack, we open with a few clicks of super strength, followed by a couple clicks of quake. Defense, we open up with a few clicks of special defense power. Get behind me, Danny. Invulnerability, willpower. When an opposing character within line of fire makes a range attack, adjacent friendly characters can use toughness. This thing is weighted to toughness. On damage, we open with a few clicks of leadership, followed by a couple clicks of close combat expert. Okay, not bad. Not too shabby at all. Next up, we've got Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider here comes in at 70 points. He's got the Mystics team ability as well as the Avengers, Shield, and Mystical keywords. And he has improved movement in order to elevated terrain and hindering terrain. Finally, we got 3 traits. First off is the Avengers have a sweet new ride. He can carry. This allows him to carry 3 characters, but only if they share a keyword with him. And he can also carry those that fly. Also has Ram, and when he uses it, he modifies speed plus 3 and does not take unavoidable damage from it. Okay. Next trait, Flaming Chain. When Ghost Rider hits with an attack after resolutions, you may give the flame marker to a hit character, removing it from any other character. Okay. Finally, Burn for Your Sins. When a character with the flame marker hits after resolutions, deal them 1 penetrating damage. When a character with the flame marker misses all targets, remove it. Looking at his dial, we open up a couple clicks of charge, followed by a couple clicks of running shot, followed by a couple clicks of sidestep. On attack, we go 2 of Quake, 2 of Energy Explosion, 2 of Steel Energy. On defense, he's got Indomitable, and then we've got 4 straight clicks of Invulnerability, followed by a couple clicks of Toughness. Damage, we open with a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness, we get a couple blank clicks in the middle, and then finally, a couple clicks of Battle Fury at the end. Okay. Next up, we've got Agent Coulson. Coulson here comes in at 75 points. He's got the Avengers, Shield, Soldier, and Spy keywords, as well as the trait Field Team Backup, which really doesn't matter because he's the only one on the team with it, and it keys off having other key characters with the trait. So, next, looking at the dial, we've got some running shot, which goes with stealth. On attack, we open up the special power, field testing some new tech. Agent Coulson can use Energy Explosion and Penetrating Psychic Blast. This thing gives way to Incapacitate. On defense, he opens up with Toughness, followed by some combat reflexes. On damage, we open up with the special power, Agent Level 7. Coulson can use Enhancement and Leadership. When he uses Leadership and succeeds, he may instead remove an action from up to 2 friendly characters that share a keyword with him. Okay, alright. That Agent Level 7 then gives way to Empower. Next up, we've got the Scarlet Witch. The Scarlet Witch here comes in at 75 points. She's got the Avengers, Lady Liberators, X-Men, and Mystical keywords, as well as 2 traits. First off is Avengers Unity Division. When this character is given a move action, after her action resolves, she can use the X-Men team ability as a free action. Then Hex Magic. Gives Scarlet Witch a power action to attach the Hex marker to a character within range and line of fire, removing it from anywhere else. If the character is friendly, when that character attacks, a critical hit is on an attack of 10 to 12. If that character is opposing, when that character attacks, a critical miss is an attack roll of 2 to 4. When Scarlet Witch is KO'd, remove the Hex marker. Look at her dial, we open with some Phasing Teleport, followed by some Running Shot. On attack, we open with Precision Strike, followed by Penetrating Psychic Blast. On defense, we open up with Super Senses, followed by Inertial Deflection, and then on damage, we open up with the special power Winds of Magic, allowing her to use Enhancement and Probability Control, which then gives way to just regular Probability Control. Next on the menu is Wasp. Wasp here comes in at 75 points. She has the Avengers, Lady Liberators, Wakanda, Celebrity, Scientist, and Spy keywords. She's also got both Assembled Avengers and Espionage traits. That's two we've already gone over. Followed by the trait Wasp-Sized Annoyance. Opposing characters within 5 squares can't use improved targeting abilities. Okay. This then gives way. Look at your dial. We get a sidestep, running shot, sidestep, then 2 more clicks of running shot. Penetrate psychic blast, incapacitate, penetrate psychic blast, and 2 more incapacitates. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of super senses, followed by a couple clicks of willpower. Then on damage, we open up with a few clicks of leadership, followed by a couple clicks of perplex. Okay. Next up, we've got Hawkeye. Hawkeye here comes in at 75 points. He's got the Avengers team ability as well as the team player wildcard ability. And the Avengers, Shield, Thunderbolts, and Martial Arts keywords. He also has improved targeting, can make range attacks out of adjacency, but only target, and can make range attacks against adjacent opposing characters. Also, we got two traits. First off is Assembled Avengers, followed by not tricks, tactical. Precision Strike. Hawkeye can use Precision Strike and or Range Combat Expert even while targeting more than one target. Looking at his dial, we open up with a couple clicks of the special power Hawk Guy on speed, which gives him running shot, sidestep, and stealth. We get a few clicks of sidestep, fall, and then back to Hawk Guy. On attack, we open up with a couple clicks of incapacitate, followed by a few clicks of excuse me. Energy Explosion, followed by, and back to incapacitate. On defense, we open up a couple clicks of willpower, followed by a few clicks of energy reflection, back to willpower. And on damage, we open up a couple clicks of leadership, followed by a few clicks of range combat expert. Next up, we've got Blade. Blade here comes in at 75 points. He's got the team player wildcard ability, which, well, he makes him a wild card. He's also got the Avengers, Marvel Knights, Midnight Suns, Wakanda, Monster, Mystical, and Spy keywords. Then we got Assembled Avengers, as well as the trait Vampire Hunters. Vampire Hunters 1 basically gives Blade the Espionage trait. Also, we get when Blade KOs a hero with a Monster or Mystical keyword, after resolutions, he can use Charge at no cost. And it can be repeated. So, if you just have him KO in terms of Monster or Mystical, oof, that is going to be painful. Finally, we've got one last trait. Oh, excuse me. My gift from Deacon Frost. Steel Energy. When Blade uses it, he may heal past his blue starting line. Okay. Looking at his dial, we open up with 4 clicks of Charge, followed by 3 clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with 4 clicks of Blade's Claw's Fangs, followed by 3 clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast. Defense, he's got Indomitable, so built-in willpower, always a plus. Open up with a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by a few clicks of Combat Reflexes, followed by a couple clicks of Regeneration. On damage, you open up with 5 clicks of special damage power. Yeah, they call me the world's greatest. Blade has Protected Mystic's team ability. When Blade attacks a character with the Mystics or with Monster or Mystical keywords, that character can use defense powers during this attack. Finally, that gives way to a couple clicks of Exploit Weakness. Okay. Next, we've got U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent here comes in at 80 points, has a shield team ability, as well as the Avengers, Dark Avengers, Invaders, Shield, and Soldier keywords. Got 2 traits. First off is Invade Your Territory. U.S. Agent ignores opposing barrier and smoke cloud markers for movement purposes and removes them from the game when moving through them. Next up, Plan Invasion. When a friendly hero uses the Invade Your Territory trait, after resolutions, that character can use Barrier Smoke Cloud as a free action until your next turn, but only to place markers equal to the number of removed tokens of that type. Okay, look at the dial. We get some charge, followed by some flurry, followed by some sidestep. On attack, we open up with super strength. On defense, we open up with special defense power behind the shield. U.S. agent can use combat reflexes and invulnerability. At the end of your turn, choose a side of the square U.S. agent occupies. Lines of fire drawn to U.S. agent that pass through that side of the square are blocked until your next turn. Okay. That thing gives away to toughness, followed by, and on damage we got some close combat expert, which he clicks into. Next up, we've got Captain America. Cap here comes in at 85 points. He's got the Avengers team ability as well as the Avengers Shield and Soldier keywords and 2 traits, Assembled Avengers and Living Legend, both of which we've already looked at. He also has improved movement, ignores hindering training characters. Looking at his dial, we open up a couple of sides of running shot, click to sidestep, a couple of clicks to charge, back to sidestep. On attack, we open up with nothing, but we click into a couple of clicks of precision strike, followed by a couple of clicks of Quake. Defense, he's indomitable, good. Opens up with invulnerability for a click, then a couple clicks of initial deflection, then a few clicks of combat reflexes. Finally, on damage, we open up with a special power. Let's finish this Avengers leadership. When Cap rolls a 6 for leadership or the Assembled Avengers trait, until your next turn, friendly characters can't have their combat values negatively modified. Okay. Next up, we've got Black Panther, who also comes in at 85 points. Anyway, he's also got the team player wildcard ability, the Avengers, Illuminati, Wakanda, Ruler, and Warrior keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated terrain. We got a trait called Silent Hunter, which is basically espionage, stealth, improved movement, and targeting, and hindering terrain. Next up, we got Assembled Avengers. Looking at his dial, we open up with a charge, a couple clicks of flurry, back to charge, back to flurry, then back to, and then we get sidestep. On attack, we open up with 5 clicks of the special speed power, Vibranium Daggers, which gives him Blaze Claw's Fangs. When Black Panther's attack rolls doubles, he deals penetrating damage. This thing gives way to a couple clicks of Precision Strike. On defense, he's got Indomitable. Opens up with 4 clicks of Super Senses, followed by 3 clicks of Combat Reflexes. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of special damage power, I Never Freeze. Black Panther has a protected outwit. Leadership. Opposing characters can't give Black Panther action tokens or modify his combat values. Now, that's quite nice. Making a couple clicks of outwit, or a few clicks of outwit, then back to a couple clicks of I Never Freeze. Next up is Spider-Man. It's a recent acquisition, actually. It's from one of the organized play kits, I think, from last year. So Spider-Man comes at 100 points. He's got the Avengers he's got the Avengers and Spider-Man Allied Team abilities, so Avengers and Wildcard. He has the Avengers, Marvel Knights, Spider-Man Family, Celebrity, Reporter, and Scientist keywords, as well as improved movement, ignores elevated terrain, hindering terrain, and characters. Finally, we got ourselves a trait. What do I bring to the Avengers? Webs. Allowing Spider-Man to use incapacitated as a free action. So at the very least, every turn he can do that. Now, looking at his dial, we open up a couple clicks of hypersonic speed, followed by a couple clicks of charge, and then back to a couple more clicks of hypersonic speed. On attack, we open up a couple clicks of precision strike, followed by a couple clicks of quake. Defense, he's indomitable, which he damn well should be. Open up with a couple clicks of super senses, followed by a couple clicks of combat reflexes, back to super senses. Finally, on damage, we get nothing for the first 4 clicks, then 2 clicks of outwit at the end of Spider-Man's dial. Next up is War Machine. War Machine here comes in at 100 points as well. He's got the Shield and Avengers keyword, or team abilities, as well as the Avengers, Initiative, Shield, Stark Industries, Armor, Soldier, and Warrior keywords. He's also got improved targeting in artillery terrain, and may make ranged attacks out of adjacency, including to target adjacent opposing characters. He's got the Assembled Avengers trait, as well as the other trait, Minigun Target Lock. When War Machine hits, after resolutions, you may give a hit character a target lock token. Then remove all other target lock tokens. As a free action, make a ranged attack using War Machine's printed attack and damage values, but only to target the character with the target lock token. Okay. Next up, in the dial, we've got a couple of clicks of Running Shot, followed by a couple of Sidestep, followed by a couple of clicks of Earthbound Neutralized, which, that's never fun to see on a dial. Then we get a couple of clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast on attack, a couple bare mid-dial clicks, and then a couple clicks of Precision Strike at the end. Defense, he's Indomitable, built-in willpower except for the last couple clicks. Get a couple clicks of Invincible, followed by a couple clicks of Impervious, followed by a couple clicks of Invulnerability. Finally, on damage, you open up the special damage power Variable Threat Response, which gives War Machine Perplex, but only to target himself. This thing gives way to a few clicks of Ranged Combat Expert. Okay. And last one for the Avengers team is none other than Captain Marvel. This is the new Captain Marvel from Captain America and the Avengers. Played against in the pre-release and honestly got hosed. She's good. So, Captain Marvel comes in at 150 points as the Avengers team ability, as well as the Alpha Flight, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kree, Cosmic, and Soldier keywords. We've got two traits. First off is the Assembled Avengers trait. The next one is, My Cat is Not a Flurkin. As a free action, once per game, generate a Chewie Bystander token. So, Chewie has a special speed power on a speed click. Maybe it is a Flurkin. Flurry, Plasticity, Great Reach, or Giant Reach 2. This thing gives way to Blaze Claw's Fang on attack, Super Senses on defense, and Perplex on damage. Now, there's actually a pretty decent strategy with it, where basically you wait. Based on an early attack, you have Captain Marvel move out, and after she does the attack, then you pop out Chewie while he's adjacent to her and, well, go to town. Alright, so looking at her dial, we get a couple clicks of the special speed power Higher, which gets her hypersonic speed. When she uses it, after resolutions, deal 1 penetrating damage to an opposing character she moved through. If that character is a vehicle, deal 3 instead. After a couple clicks of that, we get a click of Running Shot, then another click of Higher, another couple clicks of Running Shot, another couple clicks of Charge, followed by one final appearance of Higher on her last click. We get her dial, we open up with nothing for 2 clicks, then Penetrating Psychic Blast, nothing, 2 clicks of Penetrating Psychic Blast, then 2 clicks of Quake, and a click of Pulse Wave. Then, defense, she's got Indomitable, it's good. Open up a couple of clicks of Impervious, followed by the special defense power, Keep Standing Up. She's invincible and protected from Outwit. So then, back to Invulnerability, back to Keep Standing Up, then Toughness, then one more chapter of Keep Standing Up. Looking at damage, we open up with Probability Control, nothing, Perplex. Probability Control, nothing, Perplex. Probability Control, nothing, Perplex. Okay. Alright, so that's our Avengers team. Now we've got one more team to go, and it's kind of a doozy. That's right, it's the Minions of Thanos team. Starting off with 5 Outriders. You might remember these guys from Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Endgame. They were basically the faceless hordes of Thanos' army. So the Outriders come in at 35 points apiece. They've got the Black Order, Minions of Thanos, Assassin, Monster keywords, as well as improved movement, and ignores hindering terrain and ignores blocking terrain, which I presume really is more ignores elevate or outdoor blocking, but I could be mistaken. So looking at the Outrider's dial, we open with a couple keys of stealth, followed by a couple keys of flurry. On attack, we open up with a couple keys of special power, genetically engineered to gather information. Adjacent opposing characters can only target themselves or characters named Outrider without wit, perplex, or probability control. Okay. That thing gives way to a couple of Blades, Claws, Fangs. On defense, we got a full run of super resistance. On damage, we open up a couple clicks of Shape Change, followed by a couple clicks of Perplex. And next, we've got ourselves a Thanos duplicate. So the Thanos duplicate comes in at 50 points. Has the Battle World Other, Black Order, Minions of Thanos, and Cosmic keywords. We've got a trait for he was 25 points, but he's not, so we're not going to read that one. Again, his dial, we open up with a click of Sidestep, a click of Phasing, followed by a couple clicks of Running Shot. On defense, we got a couple clicks of Precision Strike, or attack, we got a couple clicks of Precision Strike. On defense, he's got Indomitable, open up with a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by a couple clicks of Invulnerability. On damage, we open up with a couple clicks of special speed power. Your gem is a pale imitation of the real thing, like you. Probability control, but only to re-roll an adjacent opposing character's attack roll. This thing is way to regular probability control. Okay. Next, we've got Ebony Maw. So, Ebony Maw here comes in at 65 points. He's got the Black Order, Minions of Thanos keywords, as well as two traits. First off is a trait that's going to show up on every member of the Black Order, except for the big name members, basically. Is to show up on all their cards. Cull Obsidian. When Ebony Maw is KO'd by an opposing target or character's attack, and damages to that character or deal damage to that character equal to the last amount of damage dealt to Ebony Maw. This damage can't be reduced below 1. Okay. Looking at his dial, we open up with some stealth. On attack, we open up with the special attack power. Oh, hey, I forgot his other trait. Words. Whenever an opposing character uses Outwit, Perplex, or Prob, place a Whisper token on this card. Give Ebony Maw a free action to remove a Whisper token if you can't to use either Outwit, Perplex, or Prob until your next turn. If he can't already, he may be given this free action up to 3 times per turn. So looking at his dial, we open up with Stealth, followed by on attack, we open up with special attack power. Twist you into Betrayal. When Ebony Maw is targeted with an attack from an opposing character, you may choose an adjacent opposing character that isn't the attacker to be the target of that attack, even if that character couldn't normally be targeted. Okay. This thing gives way to Poison. On defense, we open up with some super senses, followed by some. And on damage, we've got super senses or exploit weakness, and shape change. Next up, we've got Corvus Glaive. Corvus here comes in at 90 points. He's got the Black Order, Cabal, Minions of Thanos, Assassin, and Cosmic keywords, as well as the Cull Obsidian trait. Looking at his dial, we open up with 4 clicks of Charge, followed by 3 clicks of Sidestep. On attack, we open up with 4 clicks of Blades, Claws, Fangs, followed by 4 clicks of special attack power. Come to me, my new glaive. Super Strength. As a free action, destroy a piece of blocking terrain within 3 squares and roll a d6. On a 1 to a 4, generate a light object. On a 5 to a 6, generate a heavy object. When Corvus Glaive makes a close object attack, instead of normal damage, you may roll a d6 and deal damage equal to the result plus 1 if using a light object, or result plus 2 if using a heavy object. Okay. On defense, we've got Indomitable, open up with a couple clicks of Invulnerability, followed by a couple clicks of Toughness, followed by a few clicks of special speed power, or special defense power. From my weapon, immortality flows. Combat reflexes. Regeneration is free, but only if holding an object. When Corvus Glaive uses regeneration, after resolutions, KO this object. Alright, next up we've got the old Corvus Glaive. Corvus here comes in at 100 points. He's got the Black Order, means that Thanos and Warrior keywords, as well as the Cull Obsidian trait. His dial opens up a charge on speed, followed by Cloak of Shadows, which grants him charge and plasticity. On defense, he's got, or on attack, he's got Blaze Claw's Fangs, followed by the special power, As I hold my blade, I cannot die. Corvus Glaive can use Blaze Claw's Fangs and increases his d6 roll by 1. When he does and hits an opposing character before dealing damage, or before when he does and hits an opposing character before dealing damage, you may heal him of damage up to the result, but decrease the damage dealt by the same amount. So you could, for example, with that roll of 6, get a 7 and say, okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, heal him up to 7. Or you could tell him about the fictional character who managed to pull it off. Or, wait. Oh. Okay, alright. I don't know what that... My brain's all over the place right now, apparently. Okay, so as I hold my blade, I kind of die. So, yeah, 7... Potentially... actually... Potentially an 8 with Blaze Claw's Fangs. But he can... That would be on a critical hit. But you can instead say, okay, well, you hit you with a critical hit, rolled a 6 for Blade, so that's 8 damage. Okay, well, I'm gonna heal Corvus by 4, but you take 4. I don't know what just happened there. Brain's a little wonky tonight. Alright, so on defense we've got Toughness, followed by Regeneration. On damage we've got Exploit Weakness, followed by the special power Thanos' Prime Lieutenant. Corvus Glaive can use Outwit. When he does, choose an adjacent friendly character with the Black Order keyword. That character can use Outwit until your next turn. Okay. So you can give someone else a use of Outwit. Well, well, well. That'll be useful. Moving on, and they need not be the lesser points. Good. Next up, we've got Nebula. Excuse me. Nebula here comes at 100 points. She's got the Guardians of the Galaxy, Minions of Thanos, Assassin, Cosmic, and Pilot keywords. As well as improved movement, ignores characters, and the trait Cutting Deep. Nebula can use Blaze Claw's Fangs. When she does, she may instead roll 2d6 and choose 1 as the result. So, looking at her dial, we open up with a few clicks of the special speed power, Daughter of Thanos, which gives her Charge and Flurry. This then gives way to a couple clicks of Leap Climb. Nothing on attack, but we've got that traded blade, so, kind of balances out. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of the special, not special, of Combat Reflexes, followed by a few clicks of Invulnerability. On damage, we open up with a click of Outwit, then a couple clicks of Probability Control, Range Combat Expert, Outwit, Range Combat Expert. Okay. So we're kind of blowing through this with these big teams. I kind of want to, make sure that this doesn't end up automatically getting split into 2 videos just by virtue of how much time it takes. Next up we got Proxima Midnight. Proxima Midnight comes in at 100 points, and she's got the Black Order, Cabal, Minions of Thanos, Assassin, and Cosmic keywords, as well as improved targeting. May make range attacks out of adjacency, including against adjacent opposing characters. And she has the Cull Obsidian trait. Looking at her dial, we open up with a few clicks of Running Shot, followed by a couple clicks of Charge, followed by a couple clicks of Flurry. On attack, we open up with a few clicks of the special attack power, the Spear of Proxima Midnight. Penetrating Psychic Blast. When she uses it, a hit character gains immobile until your next turn. That can be very useful. They're basically kind of stuck there, and, well, you can even then basically... Maybe you need to position characters a little bit better, and oh, hey, By doing that, by making them immobile, well, they can't. That character can't move, and so you're able to position characters for after hitting them, and then the next turn, you're like, okay, well, all these characters that I positioned are now going to pound on you. Alright, that gives way to a few clicks of Precision Strike. On a defense, we open up with a couple clicks of Invulnerability, followed by a few clicks of a couple of Reflexes, followed by a couple of clicks of Super Senses. On damage, we open up with nothing, but that gives way to a few clicks of Exploit Weakness, followed by a couple of clicks of Perplex. Next up, we've got, once again, Mr. Ebony Maw. This Ebony Maw comes in at 100 points, so let's see what it is that makes him worth 35 points more than his predecessor. He's got the Black Order, Cabal, Minions of Thanos, and Cosmic Keywords, as well as the Cull Obsidian trait, as well as the additional trait, Rejoice and Surrender Your Lives to Thanos. Mind Control, Poison. When Ebony Maw uses Poison, all characters that he has hit with Mind Control this turn are considered to be adjacent to him. That can be very useful, especially since he has 3 targets and can therefore target 3 characters with Mind Control. Looking at his dial, we've got a full speed dial of stealth. On attack, we open up with a few clicks of special attack power, Perfect Telekinesis. Telekinesis. When Ebony Maw uses it to make an object attack, modify his attack by +2 and increase the damage dealt by 1. Okay. That then gives way to a few clicks of Incapacitate. On defense, we open up with 4 clicks of Super Senses, followed by 2 clicks of Mastermind. On damage, we open up with a few clicks of the special damage power. Your powers are inconsequential compared to mine. This gives him Outwit and Perplex, and when he uses either to target an opposing character, once per turn after resolutions, you and that opponent each roll a d6. If your result is higher, Ebony Maw may target that same character with that same power at an additional time this turn. Okay. This thing gives way to regular Outwit. Next up, definitive home stretch now, we've got Black Dwarf. Black Dwarf comes in at 105 points. He's got the Black Order, Minions of Thanos, and Warrior Keywords, as well as the Cull Obsidian trait. Looking at his dial, we open up with the special speed power, I Shall Never Fail You Again. Black Dwarf can use Charge and Flurry. This thing is with a regular charge. On attack, we open up with the special power, Seismic Slam. Black Dwarf can use Quake and Super Strength. When he uses Quake, it chooses the 2-hit targets, or 2-hit characters to be dealt 3 damage instead of 2 and knocked back 3 squares. Okay. That thing is rid of Blaze Claw's Fangs. On defense, he's got Indomitable, opens up with Invincible, followed by Impervious. Next up, we've got Supergiant, the only member of the initial lineup of the Black Order to not be featured in a film yet, in a major motion picture yet. Supergiant here comes in at 120 points. It has the Black Order and Minions of Thanos keywords, as well as the Cull Obsidian trait. We can dial, we open up with a special speed power, Mental Possession. Supergiant can use Mind Control. When she does, she isn't dealt unavoidable damage, which no one is anymore. But she modifies her attack by +1. At the end of your turn, she can use Mind Control as a free action to target characters you hit with Mind Control during your last turn. That can be, relatively speaking, very fun. That thing is with regular Mind Control. On attack, we open up with a special power, Omnipath. Or no, we open up with nothing, but she clicks into the special power, Omnipath. Supergiant can use Penetrating Psychic Blast. When she does, she may target any number of characters. This thing gives way to Pulse Wave. On attack, she opens up with Invulnerability, followed by Toughness, followed by Willpower. On damage, she opens up with the special power, Mental Parasite. Supergiant can use Outwit. When she does, the target character modifies its combat values by -1 until your next turn. This thing gives way to Shape Change, which then gives way to Perplex. And finally, last figure for the video, Thanos and Street. This is the Ultra Chase Thanos from Avengers, Black Panther, and the Illuminati. Also, there's a few other things that are included in this team that need to be gone over. Thanos here comes in at 160 points, has the Power Cosmic and Miss 16 abilities, as well as Minions of Thanos, Negative Zone, and Cosmic keywords. We also got 2 traits. First off, Artifact from the Interdimensional Cosmic Vampire. Thanos may start the game with the Ego Gem equipped. Okay. Then, Screet is as Screet does, and Screet is hard to swat. Free, once per game, generate a Screet Bystander. The Screet Bystander has phasing, autonomous, so its actions don't count towards your action total, penetrating blast, impervious, and finally a special damage power, Chaos Might. Perplex, but only target other characters. When Screet uses it, she modifies a value by plus or minus 2, then rolls a d6. On a 1 to a 2, the modifier becomes 0 instead. Okay, alright. So she can still use she can still at least, it doesn't really harm, it's just you're not gonna, potentially you could do more. You could end up doing, nullifying the use of Perplex. Looking at Thanos' dial, we open with 4 clicks of Sidestep, followed by 3 clicks of Hypersonic Speed, followed by a couple clicks of Running Shot. On attack, we start with a blank click, but we then get 2 clicks of special attack power. Genocide is not what Mistress Death desires, but is what the Maker's followers deserve. Precision Strike. Free. Make an attack targeting an opposing character, but only if there's another opposing character with the same name on the map. When Thanos KOs a character, after resolutions, KO all bystanders generated by that character, then heal him 1 click for each bystander KO this way. Then we get another blank click, another 3 clicks of Genocide, followed by a couple clicks of Pulse Wave. On defense, we open up with a few clicks of Invincible, followed by a few clicks of Impervious, followed by a few clicks of Invulnerability. Finally, on damage, we open up the special power, the Biological Application of Cosmic Power. Perplex, but only target other characters. When Thanos uses it to target a friendly character, that character can use Power Cosmic until your next turn. When Thanos uses it to target an opposing character, that character can't use Willpower or Protected Outwit or just this power, Protected Outwit, until your next turn. Which means, technically, he could make a stop click outwittable. That then gives way to a few clicks of support. Alright, finally, like I said, we got a few more things we have to go over. So I mentioned the Ego Gem. Ego Gem is one of the Infinity Gems. Of course, it had a very specific purpose, so it's not a main Infinity Gem. This character can be equipped with any number of Infinity Gems from Black Panther and the Illuminati with different names. As a free action, choose a combat value to modify by +1 until your next turn. Okay. Next up, we've got the Power Gem. Power Gem. Modify damage +1. Close Combat Expert. Range Shot Expert. When this character hits, if the attack roll was 10 or higher, after resolutions, you'll hit target 1 penetrating damage. Okay. And next is the Soul Gem. Soul Gem, modify defense +1. Steal energy with range or close or range attacks. When this character hits, if the roll was 10 or higher, after resolutions, heal 1 click. Okay. Finally, we have the Mind Gem. The Mind Gem modify attack +1. Mind Control, Incapacitate. When this character hits, if the attack roll was 10 or higher, after resolutions, they can use Mind Control at no cost. Can repeat if you continue to roll 10 or higher. Okay, alright. And that is it for now. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards, however, at some point doing a spotlight on not clicks-based, but comic-based on Thunderbolts. But yeah, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.